So without further ado, New Mexico State is going to be up first, and we'll go ahead and let those students in.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you? Good afternoon. How are you? Good afternoon. How are you? Hi, good afternoon. How are you? Nice to meet you guys. Good afternoon. Let me paint you a picture. Pecan season is coming to a close, and after a long harvest season, and for you all, the massive undertaking of grading, sorting, and shelling pecans as the largest shelling facility in the Mesilla Valley, you can finally take a breath as that last truckload is sent. As you're about to celebrate the conclusion of a long, demanding season, there it is, the headache of piles and piles of pecan shell waste cluttering your facility. La Mesa Pecan Farm, last year you produced 5.8 million pounds of pecan shells, and they are still sitting there. Thank you for trusting us to come up with a solution to turn your shell waste into opportunity. Typically, these shells are just given away, lining driveways, irrigation ditches, or used as mulch without added revenue for you. Our solution? Golf. And no, not a much-needed golf trip, although after this season, you've definitely earned one. Instead, we will use a reimagined technology, biochar, to create carbon drive golf tees. Biochar has been around for centuries, but has recently reemerged into modern agriculture. Biochar is made through an environmentally friendly process of heating organic material, like pecan shells, into a substance that is soil building, locks in water and carbon, and will remain in the soil for hundreds of years. This product will benefit your operation and golf courses. We call that a win-win, or in golf terms, finally getting under par. I'll now pass it to Yahid to get you caught up on all the U.S. golf trends.
Thank you, Micah. Now let's take a swing at the market, because this market is anything but small. The U.S. golf industry is worth $100 billion, with over 500 million rounds of golf played every year. And even something as simple as a golf tee plays in a $260 million market, with a compounding annual growth rate of 4%. So the question isn't, is there a market? It's where's the opportunity inside? In the U.S. alone, there are 15,712 golf courses, with the average golfer using anywhere from 6 to 18 tees per round of golf. But we're not just looking at volume. We're looking at course type. This includes public, private, and resort courses, each offering a consistent, high-frequency play with a strong on-site purchasing behavior. By targeting these volume regions, we're ensuring that we're not just entering the market, we're entering where demand is already concentrated and consistent. We broke it down into 4 key trends: participation, sustainability, course management, and purchasing behavior. First, participation. Golf isn't just your dad's weekend hobby anymore. Younger players are teeing up, with 6 million golfers being in the age range of 18 to 34, and 3 million junior golfers all under the age of 18. More players means more rounds. Demand is driving fast. Second, sustainability. Over 35% of new golf products are now eco-friendly, and courses are actively adopting best management practice standards to meet their sustainability goals. Sustainability isn't a bonus anymore. It is becoming the industry standard. Next, course management. The global golf market is projected to grow at a compounding annual growth rate of 4%, meaning more pressure to scale operations smarter. If you can save these courses money or turn costs into revenue, you got their attention. And finally, purchasing behavior. Over 56% of golf equipment sales happen directly on the course, and we see private and resort courses purchasing in bulk. With over 15,000 courses in the United States and over 500 million rounds of golf played every year, that gives us 500 million opportunities to get our product into the consumer's hands and out on the course. When you add it all together, you have a market that is striving, shifting towards sustainability, and actively looking for new solutions. I'll now turn it over to Julian to talk about the benefit to the producer and their needs.
Thank you, Yair. With an abundance of pecan shell waste generated year after year, producers are left with a challenge rather than an income-generating solution. Carbon Drive Golf Tees changes this narrative by creating a meaningful use for this abundance of shells, opening the door to adding value without asking producers to change how they grow pecans. Carbon Drive provides a game-changing biochar golf tee that is biodegradable, soil-building, and high performing for golf courses. When they are left behind, they promote long-term soil fertility, making tee boxes resilient and ready for the perfect tee off. To reach our target audience, we collected primary data through 71 interviews of golf professionals and course managers identified via PGA database. With several of key findings, the first being that 62% of respondents manage a public course, while 93% of courses purchase tees from a partner golf distributor. The results provided insights into purchasing habits, labor, and course maintenance needs, helping us clearly define our primary target market. With a total of 2,900 courses and over 100 million rounds played, the southeastern part of the United States is identified as our primary target market, specifically Florida, North and South Carolina, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia. This strong concentration presents Carbon Drive with clear market access and growth potential. Introducing our ideal consumer, Brad Green. He is the general manager at Streamsing Golf Course. He manages multiple courses and purchases golf supplies once a month from a partner golf distributor. He collaborates with the pro shop manager and works together to meet the needs of his grounds team and merchandisers using best management practices. Mr. Green prioritizes environmentally responsible products, allowing players to use a high-performing tee while golf courses meet sustainability goals. Now that you understand our ideal target market and consumer, Joe will walk you through the SWOT and competitor analysis.
Thank you, Julian. Now that we've seen the opportunities in this market, I'll walk you through our SWOT analysis to show you exactly why Carbon Drive is built to lead. Looking at our internal strengths and weaknesses, it's clear we're built to compete. And when you factor in the external opportunities and threats, we are positioned to take a strong lead in this market. Starting with our strengths, Carbon Drive delivers more than sustainability, as it aligns with best management practices. By utilizing pecan shell waste, we have created a cost-efficient waste-to-revenue model that reduces input costs while solving a disposal challenge. When it comes to our weaknesses, the most significant difficulty we face is market awareness. Biochar is still a relatively new concept in the golf industry, so adoption requires education and marketing. We also operate in a distributor-based sales channel, which may extend the sales cycle. But as we all know, good things take time. This market presents us with many opportunities. The golf industry is strong and steady with a strong interest in sustainability. With roughly 15,000 golf facilities in the United States, even limited adoption can turn into major growth. As courses continue to align with environmental requirements, courses' demand for solutions like Carbon Drive is projected to increase, and that's a market we definitely want to tee up in. On the threat side, we operate in a price-sensitive market with strong brand loyalty. Traditional tees are inexpensive and familiar, which may slow initial switching to a biodegradable product. Which leads us directly into our competitive analysis, where the difference between Carbon Drive and existing products in the market becomes clear. From the table, we could see that all tees currently in the marketplace, excluding EcoTee, are similar in price. Traditional wood and plastic tees are popular due to their low price and recognition, although they provide little to no long-term value. Wood tees can take 1 to 2 years to decompose, whereas plastic tees do not biodegrade at all, adding to environmental waste and maintenance costs. This is where Carbon Drive changes this standard. Our tees break down in a week while actively improving soil health, enhancing water retention, nutrient efficiency, and turf resilience. Pride PTS bamboo tees are currently our only eco-friendly competitor, as they sell directly to distributors, although they provide courses no additional soil benefit. This positions Carbon Drive not just as a sustainable alternative, but as a performance-driven innovation, setting a new benchmark in the golf tee market. And now, to show you how we bring this product to market, I will pass it over to Bailey to walk you through our business proposition.
Thanks, Joe. Now that we're on the green, let's take a swing at Carbon Drive's business proposition. From orchard to opportunity, Carbon Drive transforms pecan shell agricultural waste into an innovative, durable, eco-friendly golf tee. Carbon Drive offers a product that supports sustainability while delivering a practical solution to pecan shellers and producers, golfers, and golf courses. Now, our strategy statement is simple but powerful. Carbon Drive strives to accelerate the transition to sustainable practices by replacing potentially harmful traditional tees with a renewable, biodegradable alternative that outperforms these conventional tees. With Carbon Drive, every drive supports a greener tomorrow. Now, to get this business plan teed off, we focused on a few key planning assumptions. First, golf is not slowing down, and participation will remain strong. With this comes consistent, repeated demand for tees. Second, sustainability is not a trend anymore, it's an expectation. And courses are under increasing pressure to adopt environmentally responsible practices, from water usage to turf management. Next, we have an abundant, consistent supply of pecan shell waste, and this is a byproduct that already exists at scale. Next, we're entering this market through distributors and pro shop decision makers. Where Carbon Drive is not creating a new system, we're plugging into one that we know works. Biochar will continue to be produced and environmentally beneficial, and we will be able to manufacture the necessary amount of golf tees in order to reach our sales volume. Now, to measure success and tee up for our perfect shot, we focused on growth, awareness, and customer satisfaction. We project a steady increase in sales volume over the first 3 years, reaching over 120 million tees by year 3 as we expand within this target market. Brand awareness will increase from 30% in year 1 to 50% by year 3, and customer satisfaction will follow with 80 to 90% by year 3, as these course managers experience performance and sustainability benefits of Carbon Drive. Lastly, as we scale, we will increase our utilization of pecan shell waste, which directly ties back to our mission of turning orchard into opportunity. Now I'll hand it off to Cadence to walk you through the 4 Ps and philanthropy.
Thanks, Bailey. Before we talk about how Carbon Drive sells, why don't we talk about why it matters? Carbon Drive is more than a golf tee. It's a product built on sustainability and impact. That's why in year 1, we are committed to giving back. We will donate 10 boxes of 10,000 count tees to the First Tee Foundation, helping introduce young golfers to the game while teaching them the importance of sustainability. Additionally, we will donate $3,400 to the United States Golf Association to support research in sustainable golf course management, bringing our total philanthropic budget in year 1 to $5,000. Now let's tee this project out, because Carbon Drive wasn't built to just do good, it was built to win in a B2B market. Carbon Drive is a 3¼ pecan shell biochar golf tee that is competitively priced at a 5,000 count for $80, 10,000 count for $160, and the option for a 200-piece retail display set for $175. This strategic product mix was based off our market research and is designed to be a 50-50 split between bulk and retail sets. Carbon Drive will be sold strictly as a business-to-business wholesale item. Utilizing distributors in our Southeast region is how we gain access to this narrow supply chain. So now that we've laid the course out, why don't we talk about how we're going to play it? Our first drive down the course starts with print and digital industry publications. We are investing to place our product in front of key golf course decision makers through these 4 platforms. This includes 12 premium full-color ad placement in each of the 3 magazines, with an additional digital content push through GolfWire. These magazines target golf course managers, and they're not your typical magazine you're going to find at the dentist office. With this strategy, Carbon Drive will maintain consistent year-round visibility with the exact buyers who control bulk purchasing. So let's take our next shot. Carbon Drive is committing to putting boots on the ground with 2 dedicated sales representatives to cover our 7-state target market. And to keep them moving, we will be equipping our team with 2 Toyota RAV4s, giving them the mobility to stay on course, meeting with distributors, visiting golf courses, and strengthening partnerships face-to-face. But visibility alone doesn't drive revenue. That's why we will be placing our product in distributor company catalogs. This will embed Carbon Drive in distributor networks, giving golf course managers and pro shop merchandisers the ability to include our product in their routine monthly purchases. We're showing up to these key events, reaching over 50,000 industry professionals. Events like the PGA Show of America, Golf Course Superintendent Association of America Conference, and other regional tournaments and events. With sponsorships, these will help us build connections with the key decision makers, because face-to-face interaction is what turns interest into sales. Social media and influencer marketing are just like pulling clubs out of the bag. Each one serves a purpose. Turf Today and Kevin Ross are our drivers. These platforms speak directly to golf course management and pro shop management. We will utilize these 2 platforms to break down the sustainability, performance, and cost-saving benefits of Carbon Drive in a way that resonates with the decision maker. Their circle of followers is much tighter, but will allow us to reach these key decision makers. Then we move into our precision game. Rick Shields and Golf Magazine are how we reach golf communities. Carbon Drive acknowledges the importance of educational outreach and will utilize these 2 platforms to spread awareness about the benefits of biochar and importance of sustainability in the game. So how's this going to add up on the scorecard? Carbon Drive will be investing over $25,000 into these key events. With $7,000 in sponsorships, we're not just showing up, we're standing out. We will also do a one-time purchase of 2 display booths for $50,000. We're investing over $128,000 to dominate industry media through these 5 platforms.
We will then invest over $38,000 into these influencers, giving us reach and credibility from the fairway to the decision maker. And finally, we will invest over $238,000 into a dedicated sales fleet. This will include 2 Toyota RAV4s as well as funds for maintenance, samples, and insurance that will keep our team on course, bringing our total promotional budget to over $527,000. And every dollar has a purpose, because this isn't just a marketing plan, it's a B2B strategy that is designed to dominate the golf industry. I'll now pass it over to Caden to break down our financial performance.
Thank you, Cadence. Every business proposition needs to be backed by solid financials. So let me show you why Carbon Drive is not only an innovative product, but a sound investment. Looking at our income statement, we can see that Carbon Drive is projecting $1.8 million in sales in the first year. And this trend is forecasted to reach $3.7 million in sales by year 3. This income is forecasted with a 50-50 split of revenue generated from bulk and retail packages. We have also included revenue generated from carbon credits. This income is based on the initial equipment investment of $735,000. After accounting for our cost of goods sold, returns and allowances, promotion, and operation expenses, we expect a net loss of $600,000. We anticipate this to improve to a net of $428,000 by year 3. As Cadence explained, we have a budget of $527,000 for promotion in the first year. As we move into years 2 and years 3, this budget reduces substantially, as one-time startup costs such as our trade show booths, vehicles, and computers have already been purchased. Return on investment for promotion in year 1 is negative 115%. By year 3, it's jumped to 238%, meaning that every dollar we spend on promotion generates $2.38 of net profit. There are similar trends with ROI on equipment, with a negative 82% improving to 58%. This plan will require you, La Mesa Pecan Farms, to hire 10 new employees. This includes a general production manager, marketing manager, 2 sales reps located in Florida, 4 production laborers, and 2 warehouse staff. We will also contract a creative content designer and a public relations manager. With the modest initial equipment investment of $735,000, a clearly defined staffing plan, and recurring revenue generated through our 50-50 split of bulk and retail packages, Carbon Drive offers a positive environmental impact and a compelling financial return. Simply put, this is not just a sustainable solution. It's a scalable and profitable one too. I'll now hand it off to Taylor to talk about monitoring and measurement.
Thank you, Caden. While our financials outline the potential of Carbon Drive, monitoring and measurement ensures we actually deliver on it. Our strategy is built on 4 clear benchmarks: increasing sales by 5% annually, reaching 50% brand awareness by year 3, achieving 90% customer satisfaction, and increasing shell utilization. These aren't just goals, they are the standards we hold ourselves accountable to. To track progress, we will evaluate sales performance on a monthly basis, allowing us to measure growth and stay aligned with our targets in real time. But tracking data is only half the equation. What truly drives success is how we respond. If we fall short, we will reevaluate our marketing strategies and adjust pricing if necessary. If our expectations are exceeded, we will expand into new regions and increase production. To measure our brand awareness, we will conduct unaided and aided surveys to measure success. If we underperform, we will adjust our marketing strategies and identify underperforming influencers or sales representatives. If we meet expectations, we will keep expanding, attend more. We will continue all marketing strategies, expand our target region, and increase events and sales. For our third objective, we will measure customer satisfaction by surveying golf course personnel with buying authority. If we fall short, we will reevaluate tee performance and adjust pricing if necessary. We reevaluate tee performance and increase communication with buyers to address inconsistencies. If we meet expectations, we will keep expanding, attend more tournaments and golf events, and double down on the strategies that are already working. Finally, we will monitor the utilization of pecan shell waste by evaluating both sales volume and shell usage. If performance lags, we will explore alternative value-added applications. But if successful, we will increase the amount of shells and expand distribution, further establishing Carbon Drive as a leader in sustainable innovation. This system keeps Carbon Drive agile, accountable, and continuously improving, ensuring not just growth, but sustained success. We have played our round, and now, to tally up our scorecard, Micah will leave you with our final takeaways.
Thank you, Taylor. La Mesa Pecan Farm, you have a problem and we have the solution. Through your established line of credit, investing around $1 million to purchase the equipment and the initial startup costs will get this entity teed off and open opportunities. This plan is a hole-in-one. Are you ready to take the next steps? We will now stand for questions.
Thank you all very much. One question I have, how many golf courses do you need to sell your product in year one to meet your goals?
Great question, man. We are planning by year one to hit 10% of our target market, which is 297 golf courses in that region specifically.
Okay, so I have a follow-up to that. You've got 297 golf courses that you need to be champions for this project. They need to be out there evangelizing about it. We're spending a lot of money on marketing to go to the full country when you're targeting 257 golf courses in one corner of the U.S. Can you explain your strategy behind that?
Yes, ma'am. So I did not relay that message well enough. If you can pull up the event slide. So our marketing strategy and all of the money that is allocated is for that region of the United States. So the Golf Course Superintendent Association Conference is in Florida, the PGA Show of America is in Florida, and these other regional tournaments and events are all within that 7-state target market. As well as the funds that allocated for our marketing team, that is what we calculated to be reasonable and economically feasible to cover that 7-state target market. And as we go into the publications, if you can pull up the publication slide, please. So GolfWire is a regional push. It can be pushed in that region alone, as well as Golf Central is kind of that half of the United States, but it's still targeted to that half. And then the other 3 publications are the ones that are nationally distributed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Related to your promotion budget, by my quick math, a total of 20% of your total promotion budget is being spent on 2 vehicles, single largest item in the promotion budget. Can you rationalize that?
Yes, sir. Can you bring up the media mix, please? So we actually have broken down exactly what we're allocating across all of our media. So yes, we are spending actually over 62% on the Toyota RAV4s, as well as the salaries for the 2 sales representatives, and then any samples or any other supplies we'll need for the trade shows. We found that after discussing and doing our market research and talking to golf course managers, pro shop merchandisers, anybody that has any purchasing power, word of mouth is a huge deal in the golf industry. So not only are they reading the publications and watching the influencers, word of mouth is how they are gaining access, and actually it pushes them to purchase a little more. So within that, we also would work with our content creators to go to Reddit. After lots of interviews, we also found that they're using that to purchase on there too. There's groups that could be 2,000 or more golf superintendents. So we're using our marketing team to really push that word of mouth as well.
Could you not just lease those vehicles at a dramatically lower cost?
Yes, sir. So the 2 Toyota RAV4s will come in at just about $100,000. We calculated with the mileage and the expenses, and then having the lease, it was going to come in actually right underneath it. So we figured that our funds would be best allocated to just own the vehicles themselves. Thank you.
And to add on to that, the region that we're targeting is a year-round play. So those 7 states, they're playing year-round. And so being able to go to those golf courses year-round in the vehicles that we own is very convenient for our sales reps to be where we need them when we need them.
Can you talk a little more about the target audience? I think when you went through the target audience profile, it was primarily the general manager of the course, but we seem to talk a lot about the golf course superintendent, the pro shop manager. So how does that sync up with what we have in our market analysis with who we're actually targeting.
Yes, ma'am. So we chose the golf course manager because we found, once again, when we were doing our market research and doing our interviews talking to that, the golf course manager is always in the middle of it. He is always at least in a tight group of who has the purchasing power. He's kind of leading the way. And if he's not, then he is kind of telling either the superintendent or the pro shop merchandiser kind of like what he's expecting. So we just found that in our case to keep it general, but not too general, that he really is going to be like the most common across all the golf courses.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit more about the additional soil benefit. Now, it sounds like in order to get that benefit for the course, it requires you to leave the tee on the tee, or on the green, right? So you've got to leave the tee in the tee box. Have superintendents and course managers told you that they would like to leave tees laying all over the green for a few weeks while they disintegrate?
Yes, sir. Thank you. So what we're seeing in the benefits to the golf course, but also to their soil, is yes, they do have to be saturated in water for over a week, right? So, you mentioned leaving them there. That is not the case. It is, when the tee breaks off, those wood tees or plastic tees that aren't biodegrading as fast, they go in, send out $80,000 mowers, and they're chipping their blades. They're, messing some type of equipment up. Those blades to replace are $1,500 for a new set. That's a huge cost on the course. But as well as that, they have a group of groundskeepers in the morning come out, pick up all the chips, pick up all the trash. So the groundskeepers in that moment would say, okay, we don't have to pick these up, these will biodegrade. Because of the night before, they water out and they have been saturated overnight, so when the mower runs them over, they will disintegrate.
And courses were okay with that impacting the golfer's experience?
Yes, sir.
And to add on to that, because on the tee boxes, the average tee box is 4,000 to 8,000 square foot. So they're not leaving the tee off spot in the same exact place every day with divots and letting the grass grow back and letting it heal. So when they're moving those blocks, they're moving it away from where it was. And so like Toasty said, what Yahir said is whenever the mower goes over them, they start to break apart. But usually the average golf course has already moved those blocks because of the day before divots that could have been made on the tee box.
So what's the reason somebody wouldn't change? Because in theory, it sounds really good, right? It's better for the soil, better health, sustainability. When you did your research, what came up as, we're not doing this? What's the barrier to change?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the question. Our barrier is that brand awareness, that brand loyalty that these consumers have to other golf tees and other suppliers would be our barrier. However, we do place even more benefits. We are cost effective. We are just as durable as any other tee in the market.
That's also why we are allocating funds for the educational outreach part, is really just the lack of awareness on the benefits of biochar itself and the soil benefits of it too. So that's how we're going to kind of combat that, is just the educational outreach part to spread that awareness about the positive impact of it.
Are all of the shells that you all need to make your year one supply of teas, are they all coming from our farm?
Yes, sir. So our shelling plant, where your guys' La Mesa Pecan farm is stabled, we have our plant directly next to the shell plant. So all of the shells are coming directly from your farm. There's no transportation costs whatsoever.
Thank you.
And can you guys bring up the pecan production slide just to kind of back this a little bit? So you guys are a sheller, right? So the pecans are shelled, the shells are going into the machine. To your point of will all the shells be there for year one? All of the shells will be there for multiple years because of the amount of pecan shells that are in Doña Ana County where you guys are located. So every year it's 23.1-ish million pounds. It varies depending on pecan season, obviously. But it is a massive amount of shells. So we have plenty of inputs for more than year one.
And if things ever grow to the point where you'd need to buy from other farms, is that in the plan? Would you anticipate any difficulty doing that?
100%. So you guys have produced last year 5.8 million pounds. That gets us easily through year 3 and then on to year 4 and 5. Because the pecans have been around in our valley for over 100 years. Nobody has outlived a pecan tree. So the shells are just piling up. There is no revenue. So revenue is at zero. Other producers, other shellers do not charge for the shells because there's nowhere for them to go. So we would never have to purchase because there is no revenue stream for them.
What happens to those shells now that they're just in the real world? What happens to them
Yes,
now?
ma'am. So as of right now, we see when we're driving through town, they spread these shells on irrigation ditches or they're applied as mulch. Now we see that they are stacking them in huge piles, and I mean huge piles. And there is a new beetle called the red flower beetle. And this beetle is extremely attracted to these shells. So what it does is it burrows in there and it reproduces at a fast rate. And it's causing infestations in local neighborhoods as well as local pecan trees near the area.
How long would those shells last if we just leave them laying around?
Those shells can last however long.
They don't degrade?
No, ma'am, they do not degrade.